Okay, cool. So, boom, we are August 1st, 2014. Find out I'm pregnant. Staring this pregnancy test, this positive pregnancy test square in the eye. And I'm like, MB, what is we really gonna do? Like, you got a baby on the way. It's more than just you making decisions about you and figuring out what you want to do. You got somebody that's dependent on you. So I'm like, okay, we got to put a 2-year plan together. So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm just going to withdraw from school, which I was having a little bit of a complicated / high risk pregnancy anyway. Again, that's another story in itself. But I was like, okay, we just going to withdraw. This next semester, you going to have Reagan. And then we just gonna look into options with the military. So I was like, okay, bet. So yes, Reagan is my daughter's name. So boom, I go through my entire pregnancy. Me and my daughter's father is not seeing eye to eye. Right when like we reach the peak of the pregnancy, we end up breaking up. So now we just off again, on again. I'm dealing with you, I'm not dealing with you situationship. And it just really wasn't working. And I really looked at that as all the more reason why I had to make sure that I could 110% depend on me and my decision making. Again, not for me, but for the baby. So I had my baby March 12th. And by May, I'm talking to active duty reserves as well as National Guard recruiters. And I'm literally calling them. I'm like, look, I know you're going to finesse me out of my time, so let's make this a mutual finesse. I got a baby, and I want to be in a position where I don't have to ask anybody for permission to show up as a mom. What can you do for me right now to put me in that position? And I can't leave Kentucky without what I came here for. I got to finish school. So active duty and the reserves basically was like, yeah, well, you're going to have to sign your rights away because you're not married. The guard says, listen, we're going to go ahead and just do a family care plan and you'll have your power of attorney. You don't got to worry about signing your rights away. And then once you finish school, you can transition to any of the other aspects of the military. So if I wanted to go reserves, I could. If I wanted to go active duty, I could. But all of it was up to me. At that point, the biggest thing was just getting in. So I made my decision. I went with the Kentucky Army National Guard, which they offered me 100% tuition, paid for. I got in-state residency, which dropped my tuition every semester from a lot of money to like $4,000. They paid the whole thing. And the way that all of my benefits and everything was set up, I was getting a $6,500 refund check every semester. And my rent was extremely cheap at the time. So I was paying my bills up for 6 months at a time and really just living, being a mom and going to school. But we'll get into all of that in a second. Let's talk about me swearing in and going to basic training. So I'll see y'all in part 3.